What up everyone and welcome to another episode of Keeping Calm with Adilocino. This is episode 2 of the therapy series. It's annoying because the therapist hasn't turned up yet and I've just been waiting here awkwardly, just waiting. Hate waiting, but it is what it is, so I guess I just have to wait for him to turn up. He's probably stuck in traffic. Hey Adilocino, sorry for being late. There was traffic. I had issues this morning. The typical drill on a weekend. So sorry that I'm kind of running late, but since I'm here and you're here, should we just get right into it? So I've got my notebook, got my 4K vision on. So let's get into it, yeah? That's all good. Happens. It is what it is. There's no drama, there's just about it. It's all good. So last week we discussed a lot of things about your childhood and all of that stuff, but I was thinking of getting more into your emotion side of things and more of your feels. So what I'm going to be talking about today with you and asking you questions is that how was your week? How are you feeling? All the emotional stuff that you felt during the week, lay it all out. I think this would be a good starting point for you because I think you hold on to a lot of emotions. You don't really express it a lot. So we're going to go into that and then I want you to just open up, do you, same thing as last week, let those emotions out and we get right into it. So first question, how was your week? Did you have any emotional thoughts, deep emotional thoughts during the week? Honestly, during the week I had some episodes. I did have some episodes where I did go real deep in my feels, especially with this whole lockdown thing. Lockdown got extended for another 3 weeks and I feel like my life's on hold. And you know how you feel like things are not going your way. I get demotivated quite quickly, and so the last week or so I've been in this potato state where everything just feels the same routine, everything feels the same. I feel like I'm stuck in the same dimension of my thought processes and the list goes on. And I think for me the issue, it's not so much of an issue, but I think it's more of the fact of realizing my bad habits. One of my bad habits that I have is that I start to doubt myself quite a lot when things are not going my way, things are slowing down, and then that kind of builds up on my anxiety, that builds up on my depression. It's taken me years to realize that I do have anxiety, I do have anxious moments, I do have moments where I feel my emotions are taking over me, I feel like I'm possessed at times. And then when I think so deep of all of this anxious moments and things that make me anxious and things that make me feel so depressed and all that, it kind of shifts into my sleep and then I subconsciously dream about my thought processes and my feelings and all of that, and then my dreams become like nightmares and then I don't sleep well and the whole process starts again. So yeah, it's just a bit of a couchy, potato-y feelings. I don't know if that makes sense. Do you know why you feel like that? I think a lot of this emotion I bottle up quite a lot, I don't really let out, and then I feel as if I'm stuck in this whole dark space in my head. I feel like I'm not doing enough, feel like I'm worthy enough. And then this goes on, it goes on and on and on and on, and it just feels like I'm stuck in this whole repetitive cycle, and the more I try to break out of it, I can't, because this whole situation of COVID-19, being confined to my apartment, not being able to go out and explore. And not just that, and I'm also in the state where I've got a lot of worries for no reason. Then I start comparing myself, then I start doing all of this unnecessary pressure on myself for no reason. It just goes on and on. A cycle of never-ending cycles. Yeah, I just don't know how to explain it sometimes. It's hard for me to explain what I feel, how I feel, why I feel. It's just, the feeling is just there. And the more I try to let go of, the more that I try to put up with it, it feels like I'm being sucked into a black hole and then bang, it's all there. All my emotions are floating around. All the negative thoughts are floating around in a circle. I'm so always conflicted to being the better self, better Adilocino, better humble version of Adilocino. This moment in my life, I'm just stuck. Stuck. Do you think of the future as well as life in general? Like honestly, when I go into these deep thought processes and these deep emotions and all of that, I've had enough of this world. Like not suicidal thoughts. Like I do have thoughts where I'm like, what's on the other side of life? Like what's on the other end of it? Like what is life in like 10 years? I do think of all of that. And then I'm like, damn, like is it really worth like living and putting that effort into certain things? I actually wrote a creative writing piece. This is my first one I'm sharing. I don't really share. And I thought, you know, I would like to share this one because it relates to kind of what I was feeling during the week. It also was like a thought process that I had at like 3 a.m. in the morning after I couldn't sleep. So yeah, so let me pull it up. So yo, let's do this. I'm a bit nervous because I don't really share my creative writing. You know what would be really awkward if I couldn't read my own writing? Because it's all like scribbles. Alright, should we get into it? Alright, I'm a bit nervous. Wind, earth, water, fire. I feel it in my veins, I'm floating in the clouds, take me higher. Eyes shut, I can't see, so high up. I want this world to set me free. I can't breathe, yet I'm breathing. But the push through the clouds, uncomforting and healing. The motion of floating, I feel it. The time is frozen, I can't explain it. Wait a minute. Why am I so high? So many questions, like why? Maybe I'm seeking you. Maybe I'm seeking freedom. Maybe I'm seeking things that are so well done. I'm walking on air, yet I cannot move my feet. I'm sitting in this motion, yet there's no seat. I feel the cold, I feel the heat, I feel water, but I'm moving faster. The motion of thinking about you. I wish you could be here to set yourself free and let go of the fear of letting go of the fear. But where am I? Why am I so up? Why can't anyone hear me? But the sensation in my veins are setting me free. No pain. Bang! I wake up sweaty. It was just a dream. So why can't a little Chino scream? Yeah, I kind of wrote that. I don't know if that makes sense, but it was like a 3 a.m. process where I was like, you know, I can't sleep. Creative writing kicks in about 3 a.m.-ish. I don't know if I wanted to share that out loud. I think I need to express more of myself, stuff like this, because it does really help me express what I'm feeling. It just expresses my thought process. That is one of my creative writing pieces that I kind of did. So this brings me to the last question of our session, and what advice would you give yourself? Oh, that is a tough question. What advice would I give Adilo Chino, aka myself? I think the biggest advice I'd give myself is to own up to how I feel and accepting how I feel. Just because things are not going my way doesn't mean it's always going to be in that whole repetitive process. Like things do change, people do change, you yourself change. Like you gotta take risks, you gotta risk it for the biscuit. Just being truthful to yourself, being open to yourself. And the reason why I kinda am afraid of opening up to people is because I'm always worried that they'll judge me. You shouldn't worry about what people think of you because you are who you are. You are beautiful regardless of what you are. I need to ask myself that every time, like when I go through a bad motion and bad emotion, ooh, dropping bars. What advice would I give myself? I need to hammer that in every time I go through these deep emotions. So this concludes our session today. There's a lot that you've spoken about today. There's a lot of emotions that you've kind of let out, which I'm really proud of you. And next week, we'll be continuing the same thing where you let your emotions out. And I'll see you next week. Can't wait to see what next week's like. Should we tell the audience if they're new to the channel, like, subscribe, leave a comment, and also share the video if you think it's good enough to show to your mates or whatever. See you guys next week. Ma'as salam and peace. We'll see you guys next week. Take care.